Hi everyone, hope you all are doing well today. So really quickly, I just want to share with you what I've been up to these past few weeks. And if you've been following me for a while, you know last year I started growing my cannabis plants. And I was growing 6 of them, which was more than enough. This year I have only 2 plants growing. But so last year I was juicing the leaves from my cannabis, and when I would get the buds, I cut them and then I dried them out. And what I would do is I'd put the buds in my Vitamix blender after they're dried, and I'd make a powder, and then I would put them in these little veggie caps, and I would make my own little cannabis veggie caps. And I keep these in the freezer to keep them fresh. But this, I still have a lot of cannabis from last year. Look, these are all my buds. This is an indica, so it is high in THC, which I wanted because when I was doing research, there was a lot of benefits with the THC and getting those cannabinoids in there. Which has a lot of really great healing properties. Now, I do not smoke my cannabis. I like taking herbs in its natural state. And of course, because I used to smoke before, so I just don't think that that is very healthy. I don't want to put smoke back into my lungs. So that's why I would dry it and blend it, and then I would just take my cannabis. So another thing that I was really concerned when I started experimenting with cannabis is because I didn't want to get high. I don't like that feeling, but I've got to say, when I started bringing my cannabis back in this time around, even though it's in its raw form, because when I was doing research, it was saying that you can't get high if it's in its raw state, unless there's resin on the plant, which the buds do have a lot of resin on there, and it's that sticky film that's on your buds. So even if you take it in the powder, just like this, you are gonna have, you're gonna get high. Now for me, when I first brought it back in, oh my goodness, I was stoned all day. I was high. So I just stayed in my jammies, my hair up in a bun, and I just watched movies on Netflix, and I just chilled all day until you kind of build up a tolerance. Now, I just take 1 capsule at night before I go to bed. And I've got to say, I really am enjoying the relaxation I am getting from the cannabis. I have been sleeping so good. And one of the things that I really enjoy is taking a bath at night, and I put some either I use Epsom salt or baking soda, aluminum-free baking soda, all USP grade. I'll put that in my tub, and I'll put a little bit of rosemary essential oils in there, or eucalyptus, and I just like to just really relax. And I really do feel like the cannabis is really helping me just kind of get out of the mind. And there's just so many great benefits from cannabis. Did you know it actually helps, like if you have a broken bone, it helps your recovery speed up, or it speeds up your recovery, and it actually makes your bones stronger. There's just, I mean, there is just so many great things if you search the benefits of cannabis. Another thing too is it helps regulate your blood sugar. It helps with ADHD. It just calms you down. It helps with people who suffer from seizures, and I know probably a lot of you have heard about that with children. There's just this right here, I truly believe is God's medicine. But like I said, it's how you're using it, I think, is important. And I like to take it as natural as I possibly can. Like I said, I don't smoke it, and I really don't think that we have to burn it to create a medicine out of it. So that's just kind of what I have been doing with my cannabis, and I I'll definitely give you guys an update in a few months, see how that's going. This video, I really wanted to make this video today because just all the craziness that's going on in the world and all the lockdowns, it's just crazy times we're living in, right? But I think this is just such a great opportunity for us to really build our immune system up and just kind of get into those deeper levels of detoxification. A lot of people come to me and they're just like, well, I don't really have time. I work a lot. And I think this is a time when a lot of people are staying home. And it's just a really great time to hit it. And a lot of people are stocking up on food, which is great. I keep hearing on the news, everyone's in fear, and I don't believe that. I think people are just getting themselves prepared. They're out and they're stocking up, and I think that's great. I haven't met anybody or come across anyone that's just freaking out about it. They're just, they're cautious, and that's a great thing. And like myself, I'm stocking up too on a lot of frozen fruit for our smoothies and stuff. And these past few days, I've really been hitting my detox a little bit harder, which I'm doing kind of like fruit all day and then a salad at night. And I've cut out like all my in between my cheats, like a lot, my nuts and seeds, and my crackers, and just stuff like that, popcorn. But I really do think that this is such a great time. That's what I'm doing, is I'm just going to just go after my body right now and just kick it up a little bit, not a lot. I'm not fruit fasting, but I definitely do like doing my fruit all day and then like a nice big salad at night. I kind of want to stay pretty much raw, at least 98% raw. And the things that might not be raw is, my salad dressing. But other than that, just lots of fruits and vegetables. And of course, I'll be taking some herbs and getting out in the sun. These past few days we've had rain, so I haven't been out in the sun. So I'm just, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take advantage of this time. I kind of like turn my home into like a retreat, and it's just a time for me to relax, and I'll light some candles, and I like taking my baths and getting some sun, and I like detoxing, going in my infrared sauna, and I like getting good sleep, and I drink a lot of tea when I'm detoxing. I have my tea right here. And this tea is amazing. It's got dandelion, burdock root, just really great herbs, and it's called Inside Out, and this is the tea I've been drinking, and it's a loose tea, but it's just amazing. Such a great way to get your herbs in if you can't get Dr. Morse herbs. You don't have to take the Dr. Morse herbs to heal the body. That just really kind of speeds things up. And but if you do have like tumors, or you're really fighting with more chronic diseases, then I think the herbs are definitely something you would want to look into. But you just do the best you can when you're detoxing your body. One of the things that really gives me peace is, I fast a lot on my healing journey. And one of the things too that I think about, like if things do hit the fan and there's a food shortage or something happens, a big earthquake, I know that I could go without food and give more food for my girls, my family. and that gives me a lot of peace. I know how far I can push it with if I had to fast, which I wouldn't want to purposely, obviously, but it does give me some comfort that if something were to happen, I know I would be okay. I know how to sustain myself. So yeah, it's just always good to be prepared. You just never know, and you don't want to rely on the government. You don't want to rely on anybody. You want to make sure you can take care of yourself in certain situations. In all situations in my life, I call the shots. I say what, when, where. Like I said, this is my body, my temple. I'm the one stuck in here. So another thing too is, with this coronavirus and everything going around, I want to protect myself from this virus. And as we've learned that the most people that are vulnerable to this virus is people who have weak immune system, people who've done chemo, radiation, who's going through treatments, all these things. So even if you're young and you're fine, you still don't want to get the virus and pass it on to someone else. Now for me, I have an aunt that I see a lot, and she has breast cancer, and she's done chemo, she's done some treatments. So, the last thing I want to do is, get the virus and pass it on to her, or, who knows, even just anybody. You just don't, so if you're not feeling well, yeah, definitely stay home, stay away from big crowds. That's what they're saying. And obviously don't fear, which I think there's a lot of people that aren't in fear, but I'm sure there are a lot who have done treatments and they know they're not strong. Yeah, there is a lot of fear in that. And hopefully, not hopefully, we will get through. A perfect opportunity to detox and have fun with it. It is so fun healing our body and feeling good. And I'm telling you, that is the motivation. If you just give it a try, if anything, just take this time and just cut out processed fast food. Just that alone will make a difference. Get off all these high protein diets that are so hard on our kidneys. Just hit the fruit, hit the vegetables, and just watch the magic. Okay, so you guys all stay safe, and I will see you guys all in the next video. God bless. Bye-bye.